Okay, so in my last video, I gave the wrong name. It's Nicole's End Times Dreams. However, I'm on with my second video now. In this video, I had a dream that I was standing in this line. It was a long line like this with many different people. As opposed to this picture, everybody was just standing straight up and down, looking straight ahead. I was toward the back end of the line, which led up to a table like this, but the top was silver instead of this wood color. And there was somebody sitting on this side. On the table were a bunch of, oh shoot, I don't think I have it anymore. I think I closed out of it. Hold on. So on the table were a bunch of like these types of things, these RFID chip injectors, and so they were sitting on the table kind of off to the side, and then they had one of these scanners here to see if you had the chip. It was similar to this. It was more gun-like. It didn't have this screen here, but it did have a small screen that like would light up green if you had the the RFID and red if you didn't. And then behind me, like I said, I'm back here, and there's like another table back there, is a bunch of these cases, only on a much larger scale. Inside, they contained the injector and a bunch of the RFID chips. And once you got up to the table, if you didn't have the chip and you refused to take the chip, they would send you through one of these. Now, on the other side of these was a long tunnel that kind of went down at a slant, like the wheelchair ramps at a hospital. And at the end of that was like a meat locker closet or freezer. And you stepped inside there, and there was another person. And when I stepped inside that, my family, my sister, her fiance, and one of her kids was standing there looking at me with smiles, and like they were so proud of me. And then my cousin was also there looking at me like, come on, let's get this over with. And I remember when I was standing in the line, I had asked this person behind me that was like a worker in this area who was stocking these boxes underneath the table behind me what was going on. And he's like, just look forward and pay attention to what's ahead of you. What I felt in my spirit during the stream was that the people in the line were there to either accept the mark of the beast or deny it. If you denied it, you would go down the hall with these slat things in it, and then you would go into that room that had the it had like a guillotine, and the other worker, basically, if you refused to take this RFID chip, they would take you to this freezer and behead you. And the reason they did it in a freezer was because then they could harvest your organs. In my dream, I did not take the mark or the RFID chip because I believed that it was the mark of the beast. I believe that full-heartedly. I will never not believe that because of a bunch of research I did on it and things I found out about it. And so I did not take this RFID chip. My sister and her fiance and their oldest son were looking at me like they were proud of me and like, way to go, you did it, like encouraging me to continue on with what I was doing, that I was on the right path, while my cousin was standing there looking at me like, oh my God, come on, let's just get this over with. And the guy gave me one last chance, and I said, no, I will never take that. I will never renounce my faith in Christ. So then I was led to the guillotine, and after I was strapped down, I woke up.